It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Welcome to the morning show. I'm David Stroud here with Scooter Scott Kelly's.
Well, if I can get my thing up, whoop whoop. Sorry, I couldn't get my mic to turn on. Another glitch this morning. How are you?
Well, you know, we both started out with glitches this morning. I get up in my truck and I've got my coffee sitting on the console, and I go to pick it up off the console to put it down into a cup holder, and it falls and spills into the console, into the both cup holders, and down the side and in the passenger seat.
That used to be a nice truck.
It used to be. I'm sure y'all have had that happen before. And then come into work and Scooter says there's leaks and stuff ain't working and the battery backup has died and then the camera's not working, and yeah.
It was just a few glitches this morning.
Right.
But guess what? We worked through them. We're up and going. You got your coffee?
And I didn't spill all the coffee, just some of the coffee. But you're right. We worked through it and start the day.
There you go.
Not bright-eyed, not bushy-tailed, but we start the day.
On time, though.
On time. Look at this.
On time. We're on time.
Here.
Yeah. Yeah, even with the glitches, we're on time. We're good.
Yep. So, I'm glad you survived yesterday's round. We got 2 rounds of
I'm glad
hammering.
Mountain Home survived. I was listening to it when the storm was coming through Yellville, and they said there was a rotation in there, and a lady that at the hospital took a picture and sent it to my wife, and you could see the full cone rotation. It hadn't come down and touched, but you can see it. It was right there.
Yeah.
And, of course, they're saying it's going over Mountain Home, and we had a number of kids at our house, so we went down to the basement and
hide. And, go get some help.
Got in our spot and listened to everything go through, and thank God it didn't touch down as far as going through town or whatever. I know town, they say, got hit. I mean, as far as the rain is just the rain and the storm.
Downpour, yeah.
But I never seen that at our house. So it kind of stayed north of us. So, I don't know. Just a blessing that it just didn't touch down and do much damage.
I agree. Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, we got enough things to think about than damage.
We got a lot of rain from it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it came down quick. I kept getting the warnings on my phone, and then some of the coworkers they were listening to somebody, I don't know who it was, and they were doing it like area by area. Oh, it's in Gassville now. Well, we're east of Gassville, and then it passed us, and now it's by the bypass.
Yeah. And
then it was over by the east side of town, and it just kept going, and it was moving quick. But only one time did it come through raining really hard that you kind of looked out the window like, I wonder if we should move somewhere else. But typical Arkansas people, when we were first getting the tornado warning, everybody runs out to the front porch.
Yeah, you got to look. You got to see.
You got to see it. I got to see it before it sweeps me away or I run back inside and hide. Thing is, there's not many places where I work that you can go. There's a couple of bathrooms that have no windows, but it's facing the west side. Well, everything usually comes from the west towards the east. So your one line of defense, that wall is facing where it's coming, whereas it would be nice to be on the other side to where it would have to go through the whole building before it got to you, But if it direct hits you,
you're done.
You're done.
Unless you're underground, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It's scary to think about. So I'm thankful that it didn't come through. It didn't touch down. It went right on past us. But yeah, I'm looking at the radar now, and we're going to get round after round. It's not done. It's not over. The fat lady has not sung.
I'm hoping that the severe the tornadoes are. I'm hoping it's just going to be rain
and thunderstorms.
And they're talking about lightning that all week. I mean, like you said, at one point in time, I think they were predicting that we could get up to 10 inches of rain this week. And that is a lot of water.
That's going to fill up the lakes, overflow the rivers, and make it dirty. And, well, the lakes at least. The rivers will just push downstream. But, yeah.
I can tell we got a lot of water last night. I got up this morning and got a trench going across the gravel road. I mean, it just washed out a bunch.
Were you on social media at all up in Gainesville? The road is elevated between those two stores. Dollar General and across the street is one of the gas stations. For whatever reason, it flows like a river down through there. And somebody had videoed both sides. And the water is, elevated road from where that is to the front of Dollar General and this guy's mechanic shop. And it just, both sides, just like a river going down through it.
Oh, no.
But they went up into the buildings. It didn't look like. It looked like it was, you could stand on your front porch and and it's probably 50 yards to the road, that it's just nothing but water flowing down in front of you, and you're like, don't come in.
And you look at going east on the east side of, if, like you're going to Memphis and on the east side of Arkansas, a lot of those rice fields and stuff get flooded. And there's a guy that built I think it's a liquor store, but it's huge, massive liquor store. And last time we went down there, it was completely covered with water going around it. You had the store that was out of the water and a little tiny parking lot, but everything else all around. But yeah, you could pull into the store, but it wasn't.
Wow.
I mean, it seemed like it was right there to this building. And it's just crazy to build like that.
Probably purposely elevated it just a foot or two enough.
It wasn't by much.
Yeah. Goodness. Whoa, it's 7:07.
All right, we better get going. We got a show to do.
Hospice of the Ozarks. They sponsor the morning prayer since 1979. They believe that every individual is unique, special, and worthy of quality end-of-life care. Hospice matters. The end of life deserves as much beauty and respect as the beginning. They're still a non-for-profit 501c3. There's never been a charge to a patient or their families for hospice care, and this commitment remains a part of their mission. Pause now for the morning prayer. Dear Lord, watch out over everybody while these storms go through the states. Make sure they find a safe place, and if they do happen to get into the middle of the storm, that first responders are able to get to them quickly to help them. Please watch over our children, our first responders, and our military, those that put themselves in harm's way for our freedoms. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Hospice of the Ozarks. You can give them a call at 870-508-1771. Ask them about respite care. When you're taking care of a loved one, it can be overwhelming and you could use a break, and Hospice of the Ozarks can help you with that, because as Scooter always says,
got to take care of yourself first before you can take care of others.
That's right. And it's okay to. Don't feel bad about that.
It's okay to recharge the batteries every now and then.
Exactly. Give them a call, 870-508-1771. Now I hear a word from our friends at the Z Team, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Bob Zador of the Z Team. I'd like to share something with you. Our team didn't need to reach everyone to be considered successful. We only needed the power of one. One person who was delighted with the way they were treated, helping them to reach their real estate goals. One person who told another person who told another, and so on. So if you're ready to buy or sell real estate, the Z Team would like to be your one. Give us a call, 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show. The Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, whether it was Century 21 Lemac Realty, professionals in the field. Buddy, if you want somebody that's going to take care of you start to finish, not just list and leave you, that's the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. Give them a call at 870-405-0793. Go to retiredarkansas.net, where you can find their listings, the MLS listings, and these beautiful views of the White River. Look at that. That's really cool looking with the low-lying clouds and clouds above and clouds below. Pretty, isn't it, Scooter?
Did you go to their website during the storm?
No, I was watching it live through my window in my office.
Linda sent me some pictures. Pretty wicked.
Really?
Yeah, I love it when it's lightning and different stuff going across the screen and stuff. But yeah, I could only imagine. I didn't go live. She sent me pictures, and I'm like, why did I not do that?
It's because you were down in the basement, hunkered down, waiting for it to go by.
True. I'll give you that.
It's like,
Get it out.
Oh, excuse me. It's like we were listening to whoever it was they were broadcasting where it was. And I mean, they were like on it. And so everybody's just listening to that and staring out the windows, waiting for it to come. And then you could see it, the wall of it coming. Because at first you could see far off, and then the cloud cover's coming in and the rain. And then it gets to the point you can't see anything because it's just crazy, you know. So you don't really have time to think to go to the website when you're in it.
Yeah.
But you can go to the website, retiredarkansas.net, right now and find this beautiful view of Cotter, Arkansas and the Horseshoe Bend of the White River. You can also find their listings, the MLS listings, and a plethora of information about the Ozarks. Bob and Linda Zadora are very involved in programs, events around the area. They're our neighbors too. You know, they'll see you in Walmart and at a grocery store or at a convenience store, and you say hi to them. Hey, there's my realtors, and they love that. Customers that recognize them and are happy to talk to them. You know what I mean?
I completely understand. And they look forward to that. They want you happy well after the sale, years down the road, and so they'll take care of you every step.
Definitely. Let's take a look at the weather, brought to you by the Z-Team. Here comes the cough again. In Mountain Home it's 56, Harrison at 56, and Batesville at 57. Yellville at 55, Marshall at 57, Salem at 56, Mountain View at 57, Calico Rock at 56, West Plains, Missouri at 56, Springfield at 49, Poplar Bluff at 61, and St. Louis at 48. It's same southern part from Springfield to Poplar Bluff. There's a good 12-degree difference. Isn't that something? I mean, it is a state away, but National Weather Radar showing quite a bit of activity down there on the White River. Look at the little clouds going by, Scooter. Look at the smoke that's above the water. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to put it on the radar.
Yeah, I was looking at...
Wow. He got... You can see the activity coming from the south through Texas, Oklahoma, and the southern part of Arkansas. Look how it just stretches, and the activity just continues and continues throughout the day. So, like Scooter said, hopefully it's not... let's go ahead and scroll in. Hopefully it's not anything heavy, but you can see here starting around 7, maybe 8 o'clock, that it comes in and it's patchy here and there. Now, this Futurecast, this radar, doesn't know exactly what it's going to do. Has a decent idea, but just throughout the day, it could be harsh. It could just be a little light patch. It could just be cloud cover. So we jump to right there. See each point. So you never know what it's going to do, but
I didn't realize the river got up that high.
yeah.
I was looking at down in Calico, it hit just the bottom of the major flood stage.
Wow.
That's what I was just looking at.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Watches and warnings. You can see the entirety of the state besides the southeast corner is in a flood watch. So if you're near a low water bridge, it's just best to turn around and take another route. Missouri, the west part of Tennessee, southeast part of Missouri, the east side of Oklahoma. Look at that. What's this one here? Flash flood warning throughout Tennessee. 7-day forecast now until 7 a.m. Sunday. We have a flood watch. Today, we have an 80% chance of severe thunderstorms, high of 63. Tonight, we have an 80% chance of severe thunderstorms, decreasing to 40% chance, low of 51. Friday, we have severe thunderstorms, 100% chance, high of 71. Friday night, we've got 100% chance of heavy rain continuing through the night, low of 54. Saturday, we've got 100% chance of heavy rain, a high of 60. Saturday night, we've got showers likely at 70%, a low of 39. Sunday, we get a reprieve, it looks like. Partly sunny, a high of 53. Sunday night, mostly cloudy, a low of 33. So, look at that, dude. For the next 3 days.
Unreal.
It's going to be hairy. Wow, we're into the pollen count now. Tree pollen today is moderate. Grass pollen, none. Ragweed, none. Norfolk Lake water level is at 554.24. Let's see how much that increases, Scooter, in the next few days.
Yeah, you'll see that change.
Yeah. It is 2.24 feet above full pool, and they are shut down, but I have a feeling they'll be turning them on here real soon. Bull Shoals Lake water level is at 658.75. Level is 0.25 feet below full pool. That's about to rise, and they're generating 4. And that is a look at your weather, brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. Give them a call, 870-405-0793. Go to retiredarkansas.net. Find their listings, the MLS listings, those beautiful views of the White River, and a plethora of information about the Ozarks. But get you a team on your side that's going to make sure you get to the finish line. And that's, my house is sold, or just got my keys to my new one.
There you go.
Right on, brother. We're going to take a break, come back with community news, brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn, the dealership that deals.
Your senior healthcare specialist is VACO Insurance in Mountain Home. Retired law enforcement and disabled veteran owner Frank VACO and staff can help you with all your insurance needs. VACO Insurance provides coverage for most carriers in the area, such as Medicare, Affordable Care Act, individual, or any other health or life insurance options. With over 13 years experience and agents in multiple areas and locations throughout northern Arkansas and southern Missouri, VACO Insurance is the right choice to handle all your insurance needs. That's VACO Insurance, located in Mountain Home.
For all things glass, contact the professionals at Clear Results Glass in Mountain Home. Whether you're needing a rock chip repair or a full windshield replacement, Clear Results Glass can take care of all of your automotive glass needs with fast turnarounds at competitive prices. They service business and residential customers and can custom cut any glass or provide you with the right fit for your home windows, sliding doors, commercial glass, or even a frameless shower enclosure. Contact Clear Results Glass today for a quote or to schedule your next glass project. That's Clear Results Glass, located in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care in Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
Oh, honey, we've had such a wonderful vacation here in the Ozarks. I really hate to go home.
I know. The lakes, the rivers, they've all been great for fishing. Oh, and the boating and the swimming.
And the people are so nice in the stores and restaurants.
Let's call an agent and see if we can make Mountain Home our new home.
Call the Z-Team, 870-405-0793. Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, Mountain Home.
870-405-0793. Hello, Z-Team?
When you're out of...
When the acres add up, so does the work. The Kubota LO2 Series is ready for it. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience, it features powerful, dependable Kubota diesel engines, performance-matched attachments, and the versatility to get the job done right.
For all your Kubota needs, visit Ozarks Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This part of community news is brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn, the dealership that deals. Located at 4423 Highway 62 West here in Mountain Home, Arkansas. You can't miss them. A sea of orange Kubotas and blue New Hollands. When I pass by, just gravitate my eyes towards the sea of orange. Really.
How do you not?
Yeah. Yeah. Mini
Like I said,
excavators.
you can't pass them without seeing them. You know where they're at.
Yeah. They're right there. 4423 Highway 62 West.
There you go.
But no, a lot of tractors out there. The mini excavators got the skid steer, got the tilt bed trailers and zero turns, buddy. They're ready. Implements back in the back, hay balers, stuff like that.
They got a lot of implements in. Now, I know this is beginning of the season when people are going to be looking at hay, stuff like that. Let them take care of you.
That's right. Parts and service. So if you need something fixed, bring your tractor in. You just need a part. You can do it yourself. That's great. A lot of people do.
Yep.
And they've got that as well. So give them a call, 870-425-3434. Go to ozarksfarmandlawn.com where you can see some of their specials and promotions. They've got some good deals going on right now. But better yet, just go by and see them in person. Let the professionals show you what they have to offer. And maybe take a little test drive. It'll be fun riding around, seeing which one fits. And, talk to them about what kind of projects you're going to be doing. Because you might think this one will work, but really it's this one. That's what they're there for.
You bet.
I know, right? All right, community news. Cast for Kids at McKay Park, presented by Farm Bureau Insurance. Let's scroll on down here. Cast for Kids events are designed for children with special needs. Events are free for children to attend, and all children leave with their very own fishing equipment. That's awesome. That's really cool. Children must be accompanied by their parent or guardian for the entire event. Upon arrival, please check in the event registration table. You and your child will be paired with a volunteer, and they could use some volunteers, for approximately 2 to 3 hours of fishing. Buddy, that sounds like a lot of fun. They're going to have some food there and awards. You just need to sign up your little. You can contact Denver and Christy West by emailing mckaypark@castforkids.org. You can give them a call at 870-632-9498. And, the day before, the Arkansas Game and Fish will stock up McCade Pond.
Yep.
You're darn near guaranteed.
Event. It really is
darn
a great
near
event.
guaranteed to catch a fish. I wouldn't catch one.
You are guaranteed to have fun.
You're on guaranteed to. I said darn near.
But you are guaranteed to have fun.
And they do have a lot of fun. This is their second annual, but Cast for Kids is a nationwide event that it happens in just about every state, if not all the states, and in various places throughout the state. I think they do it in the west side of Arkansas and the south.
Yep.
They finally got it here in the north. I think they do it over also in the east side, Jonesboro area. That's just our state. They do it in Missouri. They do it in Oklahoma. Really great organization. So you can go to castforkids.org for more information. Really easy to navigate. That's where you can also sign up your little at child participation.
Yeah, you got to get them registered, and they're only taking like 20. So if you want to go, get them signed up.
Mm-hmm. But they were talking to us the other day, or a couple weeks back. Kids had a blast last year.
Oh, yeah.
They had a blast. Loved it. Second Amendment Legacy Foundation. The Second Amendment Legacy Foundation is a grassroots effort fueled by passionate individuals who wish to secure the legacy of the Second Amendment. They're having their 2025 fundraising banquet Friday, April 18th at 5:30 p.m. at the Baxter County Fairgrounds. That's located at 1507 Fairground Drive. If you need tickets, call Joanne at 870-424-3535, or you can contact Bo at White River Firearms at 870-402-9002. It will be a dinner, auctions, guns, raffles, and family fun while supporting the shooting sports and ensuring the survival of the Second Amendment traditions for generations to come. Very good. I got a new flyer here. I was doing so well, Scooter.
Go ahead.
Bomber Football Youth Camp. Free at the Bomber Stadium. Current 5th, 6th, and 7th grade athletes will receive a free t-shirt provided by the locker room. Let's see. Bring cleats, water, and athletic wear. And that'll be April 16th and 17th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. I would figure each day. You can reach out to SARY at mhbombers.com with questions. Man, I almost didn't make it through that flyer. Let's see. That's temperatures. We don't need that one. Oh, what we got here? Below are April events for the Alley White Post, Unit 52, American Legion. Let's see. April 9th is a blood drive at the Legion from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can call 800-733-2767 or visit redcrossblood.org and enter ALH52 to schedule an appointment. And then April 14th, they have a second Monday dinner at the Post from 4 to 6 p.m. and it's lasagna night. So that'll be good. $10 adults, $5 kids, 5 to 12. Under 5 eat free, dine-in only. Sorry, no takeout. April 26th, monthly pancake breakfast at the Legion, 7:30 to 11 a.m. All you can eat pancakes, sausage, biscuits, and gravy, coffee, and orange juice. $8 adults, $4 kids, 5 through 12. Under 5 eat free. World War II, Korean veterans, military in uniform, LEO, EMTs in uniform eat free. That's really cool. And then every Tuesday, crafting at the Post, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Public is welcome. Every Saturday, donuts and coffee social, 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. at the Post. Every Saturday, Veterans Food Pantry, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Post. Very good. They have a lot of stuff going on, don't they?
They do.
A lot of stuff. Very good. Let's see, Lessons on Overcoming by Mike Webb, April 4th through 6th. Let's see, that starts tomorrow. Highway 5 South, Church of Christ, 2950 Highway 5 South. And there'll be different meeting times, but more information, call 870-321-5746. Good morning.
Never fear, the sheriff's here.
I know, right? Annual plant sale Saturday, April 26th at the Baxter County Fairgrounds. Doors open at 9 a.m. Close when the plants are sold. And Scooter keeps telling y'all, you got to get in line early because it goes fast.
It does. They go within the hour, they'll be gone.
Yeah. For more information on, let's see, any of their meetings that they have or the annual plant sale, you can go to baxtercountymg.com. And the Baxter County Veteran Benefit Fair, helping veterans and families with their earned benefits, Friday, May 9th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Baxter County Fairgrounds Educational Building. A light lunch is provided, vendors, door prizes, and a 5-power chair giveaway. Yay! Last but not least, the Mountain Home Military Service Sisters meeting, April 25th at noon at Skipper's Restaurant. The next one will be May 23rd at Black Sheep Barbecue Smokehouse and Grill in Yellville, Arkansas. Scooter, you got anything?
I don't. You done took it up?
That's it. Let's look at our community news brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn, the dealership that deals. And we're going to take a break and come back with Never Fear, the sheriff is here. We'll be right back.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as it would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite, climate-controlled, and air-filtered boarding facility in the area, with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Providing caring, compassionate services at an affordable price is our goal at Connor Family Funeral Home. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that treats our friends and neighbors just like family, with a wide range of services and options to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area. Connor Family addresses all the details with no hidden fees, so you can rest assured that you are treated like family for a more personalized and worry-free service. That's Connor Family Funeral Home, where compassion and affordability meet, located in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We're visiting with John Montgomery, the Sheriff of Baxter County. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Good to see you.
It's a great day to be alive.
I know, right? Any day above ground is a good day.
That's right. It's much better to look at the blades than the roots.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Although, I don't know. When we do pass and maybe heaven is what we make of it, we shall see. None of us are getting out alive, so we're all going to find out.
That's exactly right.
So, well, how'd yesterday go for you with the county getting torrential downpour?
Actually, I think we dodged a big bullet. We had our deputies scattered out throughout the county, you know, right before the storms hit, because you never really know where it's going to hit. Mm-hmm. And you know, there was lots of thunderstorm warnings and a couple of tornado warnings that were just on radar. No, other than that, I mean, we really, I think, dodged a bullet pretty well.
Yeah. No, we were at work listening to it, and my coworker, she signed me up. Let me back up here. You might have heard of it. Let's see. It's called Nixle.
Yep.
Yep. I'm on that now, and this was just I signed up yesterday, and you all can't see this, but look at this.
Mm-hmm.
I probably that's probably 10 warnings coming through, and it started out with a tornado watch, and then it went on to thunderstorm, and then it went on to flooding, and I just thought by this text messaging alone, it's like Baxter County is ending. We're in the apocalypse, because it just kept dinging and dinging and dinging. Even our security system on the building, it has the warning, the same warnings. And it was coming through beeping really loud. And, you know, what do Arkansans do when there's a tornado warning? They go out on the front porch.
Yep. Well, we have an upper balcony, and I love to go up there when the storms are coming, because we're overlooking the river, and so you can see a lot of times that storm will kind of follow the river, and it's gorgeous. But again, I grew up in the country, and I respect them. I'm just not afraid of them.
Yeah. I was sitting in my office, and Sheldon, one of the coworkers, one of our salespeople, we were running numbers on a deal. And then, you know, you could hear the rain, you can hear a little bit of the wind, and then it just stopped. And it got eerie quiet, and he goes, whoa. And I noticed it too. We looked out the window, and you know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
And so I looked up, and I said, maybe we should start taking this seriously. Because we were still just working along, and we stopped, and what did we do? We went to the front door and looked out the window. And one time when the rain did come through really hard, Mike, one of the other coworkers, he was out on the front porch, and I opened up the door and I said, get in here, because you didn't know what it was going to be. He's out there on the front like he can handle it. He's a big guy, weightlifts and stuff. I was like, dude, it'll take you across this yard like you're nothing. So, well, I'm glad that nothing major happened. You know, it's good to be staged where you think you might need to be, or at least be close to that area. But it looks like, I mean, we don't know what we're going to get. Look at this. Through Saturday night, it's just more coming through, 100% chance. Severe thunderstorms. It's not over yet, so just...
Well, again, people need to and I use the word respect, and so have you well, of course, we call it a go bag, where you can grab something and go.
Yeah.
And so have an area in your house staged, water and maybe batteries if you need them for a flashlight. A lot of things are rechargeable now. And, they make those like phone banks where it's it looks like a phone, but you plug your phone in to charge your phone. That's a great thing to have.
Yep. We got 2 of them.
To have, just be ready to go. And then, of course, if you're in a situation where you're going to have to go somewhere, now the courthouse is open during the storm season, and you can always go there, or a neighbor. We don't have a basement, the neighbor does. But you're going to have to plan ahead, because you don't want to be running across the road,
exactly,
during the storm,
during the time that you need to be.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. Or get across the street and your neighbor didn't know you were coming and their front door is locked. Help! So, yeah, just have a plan. That's basically it. Have a plan. Be ready for it. Carla asked me the other night, she's like, where would we go? I said, to a bathroom with no windows. And if you can drag a mattress in with you, get in the tub and throw it over the top of you.
Not even a blanket, though.
Even a blanket?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, something. Be ready. Well, yesterday, I noticed that you had a lot of anniversaries for some of your employees.
Yes.
I thought maybe I'd pull that up.
Yep.
And look at that, 35 years, Ken Graham. That's
Ken
good.
Graham has been with the Sheriff's Office 35 years. He's actually announced his retirement, so he will be retiring. I don't remember the exact date, but later this month.
Good for him.
So he's been a loyal, long-time employee. Maybe I'd have to actually go look if he'll be the longest serving deputy. He either is or is.
Yeah,
right. And so, and again, you just look. It's kind of interesting. If some people will know, Terry Johnson was a detective for the Sheriff's Office for years.
Yeah, I know Terry.
And Terry
Good
retired for 5 years ago. And at that time, he was the only one. We went back and researched. He's the only one in the history of the Sheriff's Office that ever had 28 years with the Sheriff's Office. Now, through the state retirement system, they call it full retirement at 28. So, and when you think back of all the years the Sheriff's Office, nobody's been there 28 years. Terry was the first.
Wow.
And so now Rick Lucy retired with 30 some years.
Yeah.
He retired about a year and a half ago. And then if you look, here's Ken Graham. And then at the end of my term, I think we've got 4 or 5 more that will have their 28 in.
Wow. That's impressive.
So I think that's pretty cool, because, people kind of say, the old timers, but that institutional knowledge is important, and it's hard to explain. But when you hire someone new and you put them through the academy and they come out and they do their field training, and then they get to out on the road, it's really, and I didn't think so when I was a rookie, but it's about that 3-year mark, somewhere in there, when they really are capable of handling everything.
Yeah.
Because you can't just open a book and say, well, this is what I do. It is experience that you have and dealing with all those situations. And so it's about that 3-year mark. What I'm so proud about our management team is we've got a senior management team that have been through so much that when a disaster happens, the tornado that hit Briarcliff, there was we've got to organize and figure out. Everybody knew what to do and went and just did what they needed to do.
Right. Yeah, because of gas fill.
Yeah, exactly. And we learned a lot. And
exactly.
And we learn at every situation, disaster. One of the things we talk about, we debrief on these major disasters, or after we handle them. And the problem is human nature is you want to go start picking apart everything you did wrong. Well, there's a whole lot of things you did right.
Yeah.
And so we call the threes. In other words, when we sit down to debrief and go over, we're going to pick 3 things out we did really well.
Right.
And then we're going to pick out 3 things that we need to improve on. We're not going to dwell on all of the stuff, because you can nitpick yourself to death, and then when you leave, all you're thinking about is all the negative.
Right.
So when you do that, and so over the years, the last, in my case, 20 years, again, you've improved on those mistakes. So the next time you shouldn't make those mistakes again. Now you may make some others, but over a period of time, those mistakes get less and less.
Exactly.
Because you're correcting those things. And I just think that's been a big thing for us. And again, I'm proud of the way, our team, they just know what to do.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
you
know
don't
how
have
to
to have
execute.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and like you said, they passed that down on to the new hires and the rookies. You got some here that I believe one might be a jailer 1 year, Braden Carmichael, that can learn from a jailer that's been there for 6-7 years.
Absolutely. And I believe Braden, I think he was running dispatch yesterday. I believe that to be true, and did a great job. I mean, I was listening, the radio, and again, it gets hectic. Phones are ringing, radio traffic. I mean, it's not for the faint, if you will. And it's kind of interesting. She doesn't work for me anymore, but there's a city SRO, Danielle Campfield, sergeant there. But at the time when the Gasville tornado hit, she was on dispatch at the sheriff's office. And young, not much, but handled it unbelievably well.
Yeah.
And so
grace under pressure.
Absolutely. And so you bring in, but again, even that. So we brought in folks to help answer the phone, but they didn't have a computer to enter the input. So that was one of the things. You know what? So we created a second station for emergencies, and it turns out to be a backup. If something happens to station one they can slide over. Yeah. But that was an experience, just a learning curve that we had people answer the phone, but then you're writing it down on a piece of paper, you're overwhelming somebody trying to input the stuff. So
they can't. Yeah.
Again, those are, we've certainly made mistakes over the years, but we've learned from those. And again, every time we respond to any, not just a storm, but any kind of disaster or a critical situation, I just think we do, every time we do a better job.
Definitely. Yeah. But, I could say, let's not have any more storms so they can't learn from what happens. But it's good to know.
Well, and of course, we're watching flooding as well, and we've had we've had some flooding, but we've had 2 or 3 really major flooded. Where we've had to evacuate some folks, and we were just discussing that yesterday. Some of the management staff talking about some of the evacuations that we had to do, and some of the things that we learned from that. The 1 year we actually evacuated 22 people by helicopter.
Yeah.
And
what was that? That was
8, 9, 10. I don't know, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And that was. But again, there were some things that we learned from that.
Right.
So.
Good. Very good. I'm impressed. I think we have a great sheriff's office, and you guys continue to, improve in what you do, and you continue to improve, their resources, the computers in the cars now. I guess, are you still trying to get connection in the rural areas that they can upload real time, or is it still
it's up to it's an expensive proposition, but now there are certain areas that the cell service is just
anybody.
But no, they upload real time. And I'll tell you, it's a safety thing for the deputies, and as well as an efficiency thing.
Yeah.
And so, we'd like to have them in all of the cars. Right now, we're probably close to 20 cars, I guess.
Yeah.
Out of 40.
Yeah.
So, but we're getting there, and again, part of it is the expense of the equipment, but then there's that monthly that
per unit fee.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, the wonders of bills. You gotta love it. Well, what time is it? 7:44, Scooter?
Yep.
Let's go ahead and take our last break.
You got it.
All right, we'll come back with more with Sheriff John Montgomery.
Even on the most perfect day, the unexpected can happen. But with just one call to their local Red Ribbon expert at Overhead Door, they can get their garage door fixed or replaced in a jiffy.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Experience the best in Mexican dining. Letty's in Gassville. Voted numerous times as the best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Come out for delicious breakfast served all day. Or enjoy an authentic Mexican lunch or dinner. $1.49 tacos on Thursday. 10% discount for seniors every day. No time? Call Letty's and have your to-go order waiting for you. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties, weddings, holidays, or big events. The best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Letty's in Gassville.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
When the acres add up, so does the work. The Kubota LO2 series is ready for it. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience, it features powerful, dependable Kubota diesel engines, performance-matched attachments, and the versatility to get the job done right.
For all your Kubota needs, visit Ozarks Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home. Your senior healthcare specialist is VACO Insurance in Mountain Home. Retired law enforcement and disabled veteran owner Frank VACO and staff can help you with all your insurance needs. VACO Insurance provides coverage for most carriers in the area, such as Medicare, Affordable Care Act, individual, or any other health or life insurance options. With over 13 years experience and agents in multiple areas and locations throughout northern Arkansas and southern Missouri, VACO Insurance is the right choice to handle all your insurance needs. That's VACO Insurance, located in Mountain Home.
For all things glass.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We're visiting with John Montgomery, Sheriff of Baxter County. The other day I seen that Sarah Huckabee Sanders was rerunning again. But it made me think back to when she was elected, she passed legislation, or had legislation passed, about opening a new prison and having offenders serve 90% of their term, 95% of their term. We really haven't talked about that a whole lot in the past few months, even maybe a year. So what have you seen?
Well, there's I'll just say that there's a big problem right now in Little Rock because they purchased the property to put the prison on. It's in Franklin County, kind of, I'll just say in the Fort Smith area. You'd have to look it up on a map to see exactly. And so they had set aside whatever, I don't remember the exact numbers, but say $300 million or something towards that, and that's not going to be enough. And they knew that then, and so the state, it has a surplus, and so there is a bill right now that has made it through the Joint Budget Committee, which is comprised of representatives and senators, and it made it out of that, and now it has to be voted on by the full Senate, and then if it passes, then the full House. Okay, right. But because it is an appropriation, it has to have 75%, not a simple majority.
Yeah.
Well, it has failed 3 times to get the supermajority. It's had the majority, but not the supermajority. And I'm very disappointed in a couple of senators that I have spoke with that says, well, I don't like the way it was done. I don't like the way that it was done.
Okay.
Okay. Well, okay. Maybe it wasn't done to your satisfaction, and I won't argue that point. But we have kicked this can down the road for the 20 years I've been sheriff.
That's what I was about to say.
And the
We've
last
been talking about it
and
for
the last
20 years.
10 especially, and they've had opportunities, but the funding wasn't really not there.
Yeah.
Well, we're in a situation that the funding is there, and it may not be perfect. And you may not like the way that that it was handled, if you will, but I'm just extremely disappointed because it's like, I don't care. I just don't like the way it was done. I'm not voting for it. And so,
and yet the can is kicked down the road.
And it's going to kick down the road because here's the deal: even if they passed it today, And you're looking at, realistically, by the time the architect gets through and all of this and they start construction, it's going to be, on the best bet, probably 4 years before it opens.
Oh, wow. I was going to say 2 to 3. So
in a perfect, seriously.
So time-wise,
so
you're still
and we're
stuck in the past.
And here's a prime example. So the prison's full. There's over 2,000 backed up in the county jails waiting to go to prison. The pressure's on the parole board. We've got to get folks out so that we can bring more folks in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I had came across my desk day before yesterday, someone that's eligible for parole. They got 10 years on a violent charge, and they're already eligible to have a parole hearing in less than 2.
That's not right.
And that's just not right.
Yeah.
And so, but the pressure is on. And so, as my argument is, if you would build this prison to where we could start holding people accountable, that would free up the space in the county jail so that now all of a sudden the misdemeanors, the minor stuff, they can sanction them and maybe give them from time to time jail time, which hopefully will correct the behavior. And I think it's proven in years past that it does, so that you can stop this before they become serious criminals.
Serious felonies, yeah.
And as a result, again, this has been, this is my unofficial opinion, in 10 or 15 years, the prison won't be full.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because we all talk about cost and we talk about criminals, but we don't talk about victims. And that's
Right.
the part that irritates me. What about the people in Arkansas? They deserve to feel safe in their home and their lives. And if we don't start locking up the bad people, again, just yesterday, the prosecutor called me on a deal that they don't really want to make, but they're feeling like they're forced to.
Yeah.
And the criminals know that, so they just have to hold out, because they know if I can hold out long enough, I won't go to prison, and if I do, it'll be such a short time, I'll be out in no time.
Right.
And that's got to stop.
So what could ordinary citizens do? Maybe send letters to their senators, to their legislatures?
Letters is too late. They need to pick up the phone and call, and all of these senators and representatives, they have contact information. You need to call and tell them how important it is to fund this prison.
Yeah.
And again, the property's bought. We can argue all day long whether it should be there, shouldn't be there. It should be somewhere else.
It's got to be somewhere.
It's got to be somewhere. And so we need to get it done.
Yeah, I agree. It's like I said, I mean, you get them, the lower offenders, and pretty much scared straight to where they don't elevate into big time offenders.
Well, that's the purpose in district court, seriously, is to correct the behavior early on. I mean, if you think about this analogy, I think is true. Take a child. If you never discipline a child until they become a teenager, do you think you're going to be able to handle them then?
No, you're lost.
That's exactly the problem here.
Yeah.
They can't sanction them. Now, Baxter County is one of the very few counties that, in fact, I want to say maybe 3 or 4 that's not full and overflowing. Mm-hmm. We're not even.
They don't like your jail.
Well, it's not the Holiday Inn.
I know, right?
And if you
people that complain, it's like, don't go.
Exactly. And if you look, those that a lot of times they've been there 20, 30 times, it's that same core group.
Yeah.
But we're one of the very few that's not full and overflowing. But if you can't hold them accountable on the long end, it's just like discipline a child. You got to start early and let them know we're not going to tolerate this.
Yeah. Otherwise, they're just going to keep reoffending. Well, I was wondering about that and asked you for a while, and I kind of felt that was probably going to be the answer, because I figured if it was beginning to be built, I would have heard about it. So,
well, it's hung up right now, and they voted on it 3 times, and it's failed again by supermajority, because you have to have 20, I think it's 26 or 27 yeses out of 35. So,
and so when do they get to vote on it? Isn't it so many times a year that they even get together?
Well,
to
yes.
do legislation?
It's every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
Yeah.
Good times. We should go to something more positive. There's not, is there? Let's go to the website. Let's see here. Animal control. You've got your main page now has the latest bookings, the latest releases, press releases, and the shelter pet of the week. We have Buzz, male pit puppy mix, and approximately 4 months old. Let's see, you click on read more. There we go. Get a little bit better picture. Look at him. I tell you what, you guys, you do good work. You got a bargain here. All the shots, spayed or neutered, chipped, $25.
That's correct.
That's a bargain. That's a good deal. But because it's such a good deal, you guys could use donations through your.
We do get donations. I had day before yesterday. There was an elderly lady came in and handed me $25.
Yeah.
And said we'd like to do this for the animal shelter. When you pay your taxes, there's a voluntary tax of $15 they'll ask you, do you want this to add? Some people put more than that. They say, well, here's 50 or here's 100. I mean, if you can afford it, that's great because that's where the money goes, is to help. And it's a shortfall by far in animal control in the shelter. So we can use all the help we can get.
Sure, definitely. You can go by that. You can call and make an appointment if you wanted to. If you see one of the animals online that you would like to, go by and spend a little bit of time with to see if they fit with you or maybe even with another pet that you have. But you can set up an appointment and they'll let you go play with them and see if you guys connect.
Absolutely.
That's looks like you got a few cats now. Angel and Holly Jolly. Angel, Holly Jolly. Archer. We got Murphy and Autumn. We got Albert and Cassie. Lenny and Camilla. Duke and Polly. So some pretty animals on there. But yeah, if you're thinking about adding to your home, and I tell you, I got 2 dogs and a cat.
Sounds to me like he needs 3 dogs and 2 cats.
Oh,
That's what it sounds like.
That's what you guys always say. Anyway.
Your wife would be so proud of you.
So proud. Well, probably not another cat. She's not really into cats.
You could help her get that way.
I could help her get that way.
Mm-hmm.
She's good with Dallas, the cat. They do what they want.
When they want.
When they want.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever they want. She loves it when he brings in snakes.
Mm-hmm.
She absolutely loves it.
See, Mom, look what I found.
I know, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I do appreciate you. I appreciate the sheriff's office. Congratulations on you announcing your retirement. We're going to miss you. And I just hope that you know how much you've meant to the county.
Well, I appreciate it. The support I've received, I've been through 9 elections and been, overwhelmingly won each time. And it's just actually humbling when you think about it. And I think people appreciate that we admit when we make mistakes. We're transparent. We're going to talk about when we do good, but when we do bad, we're going to let you know we did it, and we're going to try to fix it, and try to make sure it never happens again. And because we're human, and I think people realize that, and so the cover-ups and all of that stuff.
Try to hide it that's the problem.
we just do not feel that's the way, and we felt that way from day one, and so. Again, the support that I've received and the Sheriff's Office received, and again, if you look at the amount of donations that comes in through our Sheriff's Foundation, and it's incredible. So, again, thank you to this county, and again, I've still got about a year and a half to go.
Oh yeah,
and so still got several more things we're trying to get done, and I'm confident that we'll leave it in good shape for the next sheriff.
I believe you're right. Very good. Scooter, you ready?
I'm ready. We're done.
Thank you for joining us this morning. Y'all have a great day. Be careful. If you have a road that has a low water bridge, just turn around, find another route. It's best. Have a good day.